Hi everyone! In today's tutorial, you'll see how to crochet this beautiful flower with 6 spiral petals. This flower is made of Angora yarn. And here I have another one made of cotton space-dyed yarn. It is the exact same flower, but in this flower I folded the central segments of each spiral to the right. Like this. And as you can see, it has a little bit different look. Let's begin the work. For work, I'll be using space-dyed yarn, Angora yarn, and a crochet hook. Begin the work by making a chain of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And join the chain in the round by making a slip stitch into the first chain stitch. The foundation ring is ready. Begin the first round, a round of single crochet stitches. Chain 1 to bring up the yarn, and single crochet 11 into the foundation ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the last single crochet 11. Complete the first round by making a slip stitch into the first chain stitch. The first round is ready. The second round is a round of chain spaces. So let's begin the second round. Chain 1 to bring up the yarn, and then chain 3 more for the chain space. 1, 2, 3. Now single crochet into the next stitch of previous round. Repeat chain 3 for the chain space, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet into the next stitch of previous round. Again chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet into the next stitch. Continue and work the same till the end of the round. Once you single crochet into the last stitch of previous round, chain 3 for the last chain space, and then complete the round by making a slip stitch into the first chain stitch of this round. The second round is ready. There are 12 chain spaces in this round. Now start round 3, which will be the same, a round of chain spaces. First, we need to move the yarn to the middle of the first chain space. Here is the first chain space. To move the yarn, make a slip stitch into each of next 2 chain stitches of this chain space. 1, and slip into the second chain stitch. Let me do it once again. And 2. Then chain 1 to bring up the yarn, and chain 3 for the chain space. 1, 2, 3. Then single crochet into the next chain space of previous round. Repeat chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet into the next chain space. Again chain 1, 2, 3, and single crochet into the next chain space of previous round. Now continue and work the same till the end of this round. To complete the round, once you make 3 chain stitches for the last chain space, slip into the first chain stitch we made on the beginning of this round. The third round is ready. Now, before we continue with the next round, for our convenience, let's mark the first stitch of this third round with a stitch marker. Like this. So I marked the first chain stitch of round 3 that we worked just now a slip stitch into. The fourth round will be the same as round 3, so let's repeat. First, move the yarn to the center of the first chain space by making a slip stitch into each of next 2 chain stitches. Then chain 1 to bring up the yarn, and chain 3 for the chain space. 1, 2, 3. Single crochet into the next chain space of previous round. Repeat chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet into the next chain space. Again, chain 1, 2, 3, and single crochet. Now continue and work the same till the end of the round. To complete round 4, chain 3 for the last chain space, and then slip into the first chain stitch we made on the beginning of this round. Round 4 is ready. Let's start round 5, a round of larger chain spaces. The same, to move the yarn to the center of the first chain space of the previous round, make a slip stitch into each of next 2 chain stitches. Then continue, chain 1 to bring up the yarn, and now chain 4 for the chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet into the next chain space of previous round. Now repeat chain 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet into the next chain space. Again, chain 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet. Continue and work the same till the end of the round. Here I made 4 chain stitches for the last chain space. Now to complete the round, make a slip stitch into the first chain stitch we made on the beginning of this round. Round 5 is completed. Round 6 will be exactly the same as round 5, so repeat. First, move the yarn to the center of the first chain space by making a slip stitch into each of next 2 chain stitches. 1 and 2. Then chain 1 to bring up the yarn, and chain 4 more for the chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet into the next chain space of previous round. Repeat chain 4 for the chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet into the next chain space of previous round. Again, chain 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet into the next chain space. Continue and work the same till the end of this round. To complete round 6, chain 4 for the last chain space, and then slip into the first chain stitch we made on the beginning of this round. Round 6 is ready. Begin round 7, round of single crochet stitches. Chain 1 to bring up the yarn, and then single crochet 4 into the first chain space of previous round. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then single crochet into the next single crochet of previous round. Again, chain 4 into the next chain space. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and single crochet into the next single crochet of previous round. Keep working the same till the end of the round. I'm about to complete round 7. Once you're done working into the last chain space, make a slip stitch into the first chain stitch we made on the beginning of this round. Round 7 is ready. Now let's start the last round, round 8, where I'll be crocheting spiral petals made of complex stitches. Here, let me show you on my ready flower. Here, each petal of the flower on the beginning has this look. And It is made on the foundation, which is a complex stitch. So let's continue the work on our current motif. So to start round 8, chain 1 to bring up the yarn, then single crochet into the same chain stitch made on the beginning of previous round. Now let's make the foundation for the petal. Start the complex stitch. Chain 1 in this chain stitch will work later to create a complex stitch, and then chain 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now yarn over the hook twice and treble crochet. Work into the 5th chain stitch away from the hook. Work the treble as you normally would until you have 2 loops on the hook. Hold 2 loops and begin the second treble working into the same stitch. And the same, do not complete this treble, work till you have 3 loops. Hold 3 loops and begin double treble stitch. Yarn over the hook 3 times, insert the hook into the same chain stitch, pull up a loop, then yarn over and pull through 2, repeat 3 times. Do not complete this double treble as well. We have 4 loops on the hook now. Hold these loops and start the last stitch, the quadruple treble stitch. Yarn over the hook 5 times, 3, 4, and 5, and work the stitch into the 9th single crochet of previous round. Now let's see. On previous round, this is the first chain space with single crochet stitches and the second one. So work into the 4th stitch made into the second chain space. Here it is. So quadruple treble crochet into the 9th single crochet of previous round. So insert the hook, pull up a loop, then yarn over and pull through 2, repeat 5 times. Work till you have 5 loops on the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then yarn over and complete the complex stitch by pulling through all loops on the hook at once. This complex stitch we've just completed is the foundation for our spiral petal. Now continue chain 9 for the chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And right now I'll show you where to secure this chain space. For this we need to go back to round 3. Let's see. Here on round 3 we have a stitch marker that shows us the beginning of the round. It's first chain stitch. From this marked stitch to the left, skip 1 single crochet on the same round, and now I'll work around the post of this next single crochet. Insert the hook under the post from the right to the left and single crochet. Once again, I repeat. Chain 9 for the chain space. Then from the marked stitch on round 3, count to the left the second single crochet stitch. Let's count together. So to the left, this is the first single crochet, and this is the second one. And single crochet around the post of this single crochet to secure the chain space of 9. Now you can remove the stitch marker. We don't need it anymore. Now, when the foundation for the first petal is completely ready, I'll show you the direction of work to create the spiral. Starting from the single crochet stitch we've just made, work into the chain space of 9. Then continue on the cluster of the complex stitch. Work around the chain stitches of the complex stitch, then around the post of the double treble. Then continue around the post of the first treble and then around the second one. From this point, I will go back working the inner circle of the spiral first, then continue the outer circle of the spiral. And then from this point, I'll continue working around the post of quadruple treble stitch to complete our first spiral petal. Now let's begin the work and start making the spiral. Turn the work to continue making stitches into the chain space of 9. So work into the chain space of 9. Single crochet, then half double crochet, double crochet 11, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the last double 11. Continue into the same chain space, half double crochet and single crochet 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Now continue working under this chain of 4 of the cluster and complex stitch. So for this, turn the work to the back and single crochet 9 under the chain of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Then turn the work to the front and here work under the post of this double treble stitch. Make the same 9 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now let's see. Now I'll continue crocheting the center part of the spiral, working around the posts of treble stitches. Let's continue together. Turn the work and under the post of the first treble, this one, single crochet 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the last single crochet 7. Then turn the work and again single crochet 7 under the post of the next treble stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now let's stop for a while and take a look on what we have. We have created the center of our spiral petal. Now I'll be going backwards, working through the same stitches we've just made around the spiral. I'll work till this point, and then I'll continue working under the post of the quadruple treble. So now let's continue and complete the first petal together. To start the second row of the spiral, chain 1 is to bring up the yarn. Then turn the work clockwise and starting from the first stitch, do not skip any single crochet stitches of previous row, single crochet 7 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then still continue working on the other side. Single crochet into each of next 6 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then half double crochet into the next stitch. And now continue working through the following stitches of the spiral. Into the next stitch of previous row, work 2 stitches. So first half double crochet and then double crochet into the same stitch. Then double crochet into the next stitch and then double crochet twice into the following stitch. 1 and 2. Repeat the same stitch sequence 3 more times. So double crochet into the next stitch and double crochet twice into the next one. 1 and 2. Again, double crochet into the next stitch and double crochet twice into the next one. 1 and 2. And the last time, double crochet into the next stitch and into the next stitch, double crochet twice. 1 and 2. Then continue, double crochet into the next stitch and into the next stitch, work 2 stitches, double crochet and then treble crochet. Then treble crochet into the next stitch and into the next stitch of previous row, treble crochet twice. 1 and 2. Repeat the same 2 more times. So treble crochet into the next stitch and treble crochet twice into the following stitch. 1 and 2. And the last time, treble crochet into the next stitch and treble crochet twice into the following stitch. 1 and 2. Now into the next stitch, work 2 stitches. So treble crochet and double treble crochet into the same stitch. Yarn over the hook 3 times to work the double treble. Now after this double treble stitch we've just made, I'll continue working under the post of the quadruple treble here. So under the post of the quadruple treble stitch, double treble crochet 7. Yarn over the hook 3 times to work the double treble and double treble crochet 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the last double treble, 7. Here 7 double trebles are made under the post of quadruple treble stitch. Let me move them a little. Now continue and work under the same post. Treble crochet 3. 1, 2, and 3. Then double crochet 3. 1, 2, and 3. Continue under the same post of quadruple treble, half double crochet, and single crochet. To complete the spiral petal, single crochet into the same single crochet of previous round that our quadruple treble stitch is made into. The first spiral petal is completely ready now. We might need just to straighten up the stitches to make the spiral look perfect. Once you're done with this round, the flower should have 6, the exact same petals. When all petals will be made, you can move this part of each petal to the right of the spiral element, like this. Of course, in this case, the flower will look a bit different. Now let me show you how to complete round 8 and begin the second petal. To continue this round, single crochet into the next single crochet of previous round, which is made into the single crochet stitch of round before. Then chain 1 to start the complex stitch. Then chain 4 to bring up the yarn, and so on. Work the exact same way as we crocheted this first petal. Continue round 8, make petals the same way till the end of the round. Our ready flower should have 6 spiral petals. Here I'm done with the 6th petal and I'm ready to complete round 8. So once you work a single crochet into the same stitch that our quadruple treble stitch is coming out of, skip the chain stitch we made on the beginning of this round, skip this chain stitch, and slip into the first single crochet which goes after. The last round and the flower is ready. You can cut off the yarn and secure the ends. Our beautiful 6 spiral petal flower is ready. This is its front. And let me show you the back. If you make your flower of cotton yarn, it will look like this other sample I have made for demonstration. I'll repeat again that these parts of each petal that are coming to the center of the flower, you can move to the right side of each spiral element of the petal. And in this way, you'll change the look of the flower. You can move some of them, like I did here, or you can move all of them. Let me do this. It's up to you. Thank you so much for watching, and don't miss our next projects.